Ashcroft Apartments. Maya dragging 2 suitcases towards her new apartment 6B. She unlocks the door. Maya steps inside, closes the door, and breathes deeply. Silence, no hum of city life, no neighbors, just void. Exhausted, she finally lets it all go. She sets her bags down and lies in bed. The clock reads 3 in the morning. Knock, knock, comma knock, dot knock. Startled, half awake, Maya scrambles towards the door. She stumbles over a box and falls. She manages to right herself. Her eyes shift to the door. With shaking hands, she pushes the boxes in front of it, creating a barricade. Then she hears it. Knock, 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 knock. She flinches. Another rap, and then another. The knocking becomes more frantic. Knock, 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 knock. As if sensing her terror, the knocking stops abruptly. Maya hears a voice. Please, let me in. He's out here. I'm bleeding. Trembling, Maya whispers, Who's there? The voice grows closer, more desperate. It's me. It's you. I need help. Please let me in. The voice grows distorted, glitching like broken radio static. Let me in. Horrified, Maya backs away. The clicking sound pierces the air. The bolt. She'd left the bolt undone. She screams. How could she have been so careless? Gasping, she turns toward the door, just as it bursts open. Gust of wind whips through the room. Lights flicker. Cold air sends shivers down Maya's spine. Eyes wide open, she stares at the open door. No one there. She shuts the door and goes back to bed. The next night at 2 in the morning, she hears a knocking on the door. She freezes. Is it the apartment above? Below? Who could be up at this hour? She tiptoes to the door and looks through the peephole. No one's there. Knock, knock. Louder this time. The sound reverberates through the room. Maya slowly opens the door a crack and calls out. Hello? Silence. She slowly closes the door again. Maybe it was the wind. Shaking off the unease, Maya gets ready for bed. She slips between the sheets and tries to focus on the ceiling. But the silence of the apartment is unnerving. The clock ticks. Seconds crawl by. Then the knocking starts again. This time 3 sharp raps. Pause. 3 more raps. Maya sits upright in bed, heart pounding. Clutching the doorknob, she peers through the peephole. Still nothing. But then she notices a small crumpled piece of paper wedged in the door. The note reads, Don't let him in, no matter what he says. End quote. Maya looks around the apartment for an explanation, but there isn't any. Did the previous tenant leave this? But who would leave such a cryptic note? Suddenly, the rational part of her brain kicks in. Probably some crazy ex-boyfriend. Of course. Yeah, that makes total sense. Right. She smiles weakly, trying to convince herself. Tossing the note onto the couch, Maya decides to get some sleep. She crawls into bed and tries to ignore the ominous message. The next morning, Maya is making coffee when she hears a loud banging on the door. Startled, she drops the mug. It crashes to the floor. Taking a deep breath, she walks over to the door and opens it. Standing there is an elderly woman from the apartment next door. Ellen, noticing Maya's disheveled appearance, asks, Are you all right, dear? Maya, taken aback, responds, Oh yeah, I'm fine. Just a little jumpy. You know how it is in a new place. Mrs. Ellen nods understandingly and says, It takes a while to settle in, leaving Maya standing there in stunned silence. 7 nights, Maya echoes, her heart sinking. Thump, thump, thump. She pauses. Do you know who knocked last night? Mrs. Ellen, lowering her voice, says, You got the note, didn't you? The note, Maya replies. Yeah, I found it. He's been here for 7 nights, Mrs. Ellen says grimly. On the 8th, Mrs. Ellen continues, he doesn't need to knock. With that, she closes the door. That night, the knocking starts again. Violent now. The walls tremble. 3 days later, a lone police officer stands in the middle of the apartment. He covers his nose. Walls are smeared red. Blood pools beneath the bed. On the headboard, scratched deep with fingernails. Now she knocks.